Hello everybody, welcome back to AI War Fleet Command. Fatimix here, and Happy New Year to everybody as we start off 2019. We're pushing towards a couple things here. First of all, in Adiona, I want to send out my raid starships to take that data center in Hebe. And because of the range again, I'm going to lose the transport, possibly cause some deep striking issues. Let's just see how that goes. Now I'm building the new Vorticular Cutlass in Deimos, and I also want to do some research. Want to unlock a couple things here. Want to hit the fortress finally. I planned on doing that a lot earlier, but other things have just sort of taken priority. But I want to start getting going on the fortresses. If you're using economic command stations, you usually want to take advantage of that by grabbing some of the defensive structures like these. 90k energy each, so we need quite a bit to sustain them. We're about to get this energy collector online, but we're going to need more than that. In any case, we're going to unlock that, and we need more force fields also, so I'm going to go with the Mark II hardened force field here to give us a few more. And that's another 2,000. And that gets rid of most of what we'd have. I'd like to get some other things, but I'm going to wait on that. Now if we head back to Deimos, it's time to do something that I have not yet touched. And right here is the matter converter. You can see for the price of 200 metal a second, you can get 50,000 energy, and you can run up to 10 of these per planet. These can be a little bit of an issue, because if you build too many of them, you know, you're going to tank your economy. But I'm just going to build 5 of them in here just to boost the energy a little bit. And that'll allow us to pay for the fortresses. And I want to build a couple of those in here right now. You're not going to build a bunch of them at a time because they cost 900k metal. What I want to do is just have a couple of them over here towards that exogalactic wormhole to just sort of improve our defenses out this way. Now at the same time, I'm also wanting to reroute my ships from Adiona, because I want them to go all the way back around through here and come back down to Hoth so that we can hit our next group of targets. Here in Hoth is our next little bit of fun, because we've gotten some of these ships. There was another frigate over here a while ago. I did take that out with the sniper, but the human marauders were coming at us, and you see there's another, one down there, and they're can outrange everything but the snipers, and it was taking the snipers a while to take them out, and we're losing stuff like you can see here. So I just took what ships I had in Hoth, said, you know what, let's just clean those out. So then we arrived in Hebe here, and you can see AI is gathering threat because of your deep strike on Hebe. We've lost most of the raid starships coming through, over half of them. So this has been costly, and we got a reprisal coming, but all of that is temporary. Loss of 20 AI progress from the data center, that's permanent. So still worth it to me. We'll try to get the raid starships out of there. They're probably not going to make it. Probably end up rebuilding them. But the bottom line is, we took down our target. I waited in Hoth for a few minutes for a couple reasons before moving on out here to Lachesis. And we had a reprisal wave hitting Hoth, so that gave me one reason. Another reason is that I decided to spend the knowledge, pretty much all of our last little bit here, and unlock Mark III flagships, which gave me Mark IV flagships as well. Brought those along. Definitely going to be helpful in this area. We've got ion cannons in every system of varying marks from Mark I to Mark III. Only one of them has a Mark III ion cannon, so I brought my Mark III ships along. We got Mark III and up, and we've got all of our flagships. So that's what is coming in here. Now thankfully there's a little bit of a gap over here where I just sent my transports to the edge of the system. Lachesis is the easiest of the 3 targets. So I just want to load everything here. Get the transports out of the way. Also want to get the snipers out of the way. Then we're going to take everything else and go have some fun. 500 and some, and right now I just want to clear the area. So I just want to move out a bit, like maybe about here. Take out anything that's coming after us. And I think what I want to do for the most part is utilize the autocannons again. I mean, they've really turned out to be a nice thing. Now, we've got a cloaker guard post. There's a needler. The MLRS, they're not going to be very good against. But I think like the laser guard post, they can handle. I think there's a missile guard post over here. They can handle that. So I want to try and utilize that as much as I can. Then everything else will stay here. There we go. Those are down. This is another laser. Why don't you just go ahead and take out the Tractor Guardian first. I don't want to wear down my numbers too much here. There we go. Let's go back, join the rest of the fleet. I definitely want to deal with this Spider Guardian as soon as possible. Okay. We're getting hit by the cloaker. Just by the cloaker. Let's see if we can take that out without getting shot at by the missiles. Yep. Back up. Okay, so what does that leave me with? Still got a Needler. And that's a Lightning Guardian, but just the command station. I've got Needler, Missile, Laser, MLRS. There's still 4 of them out there. It's a fairly heavily defended system in terms of just the guard posts. So at this point, I decided to split up, and I've got the autocannons, I've got some fighters, my top flagships, and some raid starships. Just want to add a little more punch to the group. But I'm sending them off after this. I want to get the Tractor Guardian again first, and then take out that missile guard post. There we go. And then I want to take a similar attack to the laser. Didn't even get off a shot, I don't think. There we go. Oh, we've got our reprisal warning. Big deal. And, of course, the obligatory counterattack by Riot control starships. As I'm trying to group up and take out the final opposition. And I think for the Needler, I just want to do this all in one. Just everybody go after it. Once again, I'll grab the Guardian first. This one is a Missile Guardian. Not going to last long, I don't think. Nope. There we go. And then I want to split off the autocannons for this last part. Just because they're swarmer hull type, not going to do very well against the MLRS. Most of our other ships will be okay. I want to keep the raid ones in there regardless, because they can go through this force field. And once we got there on the scene, that did not take long. I think it's time to finish this up. Knock out that Lightning Guardian and take over the system. Took another pause to do a few things next. Now you can see we're doing some hacking on Electra. That was to get some knowledge in that I'm going to use here in a bit. But first of all, I decided we have multiple options for dealing with the next system in Fortuna. I have done some scouting. So if we take a look around here, there's a couple of ion cannons, a Mark II and a Mark III, and they're both in the same area, right in there. Got a couple Spider Guardians. They have a barracks here, which is one of the interesting issues to deal with. A couple command station shields, a laser guard post, 3 missile guard posts. So a lot of anti-polycrystal stuff. Probably use the autocannons again. But I was thinking about how to deal with the barracks, because that's almost 300 Mark IV ships, and we don't really have anything good for dealing with that. You know, I thought about I could use the Zenith starship. Not going to get that many of those. I'd really probably want more firepower. Could unlock some more fleet ships. I don't want to use that much stuff on it. The Leech starship would be useful, turning some of them against each other, but the lower level Leech starships, like I could get up to level 2, but to go up to level 4 I'd have to invest 4,000 knowledge. And then I thought, you know, I haven't done the Riot control thing. I haven't shown how we go about designing those. So I decided to go in that route. But the first thing I want to do is, just because this is an isolated system, got Lachesis on the one side, Callisto on the other, we're going to take them both. I don't see any reason to leave the ion cannons up. So I wanted to go in and take those out real quick. And that's going to be a piece of cake with our raid starships, or at least it should. And we're just going to head off, no, not there, this way. You can see these are going to take it down really quick, and then we can get out. So, I'm going back into Lachesis. If we take a look at our starship constructor, this is how the Riot controls normally start, again, with their 4 types. The basic one, and the standoff, the arrestor, and the wall, or shield wall, if you will, thing. But I want to specialize a little bit more in this case. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, they're doing stuff with tachyon radiation on Electra. I don't really care. I'm going to pause this here for a minute. I'm just going to get rid of my existing Riot controls because I want to get new ones. And then I also want to get both the Mark I and the Mark II because they're different. They get, if you look at the descriptions here, you get better hard points with the upgraded ones, along with the normal gain in, you know, health and armor and all that fun stuff. So we're just going to go up to level 2. We're not going to get to level 3. Not going to spend that much on it. But this is more of a mechanics investigation than it is anything else. But they also will help, obviously, in taking down all of those Mark IV fleet ships. So we go into controls and ship design. You can see we've got the regular Riot control and the number 2. So we're going to start with this one. I'm going to call this the Shield MG, so you get a name and an abbreviation. Just Shield there. And that's because that's my focus of the design here. Now, for the light hard points, we've got the machine gun and the laser. And in general, the machine gun fires faster. It has more, it can shoot at more things, 12 at once, but it doesn't have as much range as the laser does. So overall, I want the firepower over the range, so I'm going to take the machine gun here. And I'm going to put that on all of my light hard points, which are these 4. Now there's a couple medium ones as well. And those, we've got the Havoc Riot Control Shotgun. So, and all of these Riot Control weapons do engine damage, by the way. So this does 8 25-point attacks every 5 seconds. So that would significantly upgrade our firepower. Or we can do the tractor beam deal. Or we can do the shield. And I'm going to go with the shield. I mean, I suppose you like if you did. This is a 72 ship tractor beam, so you could use that and then use some parasites to capture them or something if you really wanted to go with an advanced, let's just take their ships deal. But I'm going to go with the Riot shield. They have 18,000 health. The Mark 1 Riot control starships does. So if we add 20,000 for each of these two shields, essentially we're going to triple the survivability of the ship in addition to the guns on the outside. So that's what I'm going with for this one. And then if we do the level 2, I'm going to call this the taser. And then again, we've got some regular light control. Now we've got the upgraded machine gun. Going to work on those. So we've got 3 of those, and then this is different. So here is the heavy hardpoint, and we've got a better Riot control shotgun. We've got the taser and the shield Mark II with double the normal shield effects. But I'm going to go with the taser instead. Paralyzes all enemies nearby for 3 seconds. See, it's got a 4,000 range. That means they can't shoot or fire. And this is an 8-second reload. So that means any ship nearby is between a third and half the time not going to be able to do anything. And it doesn't have a limit on how many ships it can affect. So having that dive right in the middle of a group of those Mark IV ships really should help. And then for these, of course, I'm going to add on the shield to get that damage reduction boost. And so this should be pretty survivable, one would hope. If we save that. And there are different things you can do with that, of course, but that's the basic deal, and you get even more hard points, or rather more different types of hard points if you upgrade all of them. Because the Mark III has 3 advanced light hard points, 2 medium, and 2 heavy, so it actually has 7 hard points instead of the 6 for the first 2. Now if we go in here to build these, and you can see there's more choices. Like here's my taser, and here's all kinds of different ones that it has for the Mark II automatically. But it's still got the 4 of each deal. So I'm just going to put those in, and I'm also going to get rid of this because I don't want that Riot control. And I just want the ones that I've pre-designed. So I'm going to send those over there. And once those are ready, I think we're going to be good to go. Going to just jump in and see what we can do to that barracks. And here we're at in Fortuna. I decided, not want to stand on ceremony or anything here. Whoa, let's move away. Here. What I want to do is just pop not the command station shield, pop the barracks. And let's see how this goes. Now we're going to have to kind of grind through this, but I'm hoping we're going to be alright with the Riot controls that we've got. We do have some parasites in the group, so we are capturing some of their ships. Let's regroup up. And overall lost less than 100 ships. So I'm not going to argue with that. Let's come back over here. And I'm already getting annoyed at that missile guard post, so I'm going to send the autocannons after it. We've got a small reprisal. That's no big deal. Alright. take down this one. I think I just want to gradually move my way throughout the system here. That is Fortuna, and we only got one more to go. Now, I did make one change here. I've built the command station, but that's it. I haven't built any turrets. I'll do some of that later, but right now I just want to hit Callisto and secure both inways here. Now, Callisto does have a Mark II ion cannon that I do want to keep. So I took all the Mark II ships out, just put them on FRD over here. You see we've got, okay, 200 and some, almost 300. And then this is the bulk of the fleet, Mark III and up in the starships, and they're going to head into Callisto and see what kind of damage that they can cause. And of course I want to keep the snipers along with them as well. Okay, what do we have here? Well, we've got a missile guard post. Let's just get out of here. No, stop going that way. Get out of here. Move the snipers off. And I think we've got to clear out some of the mess now. Why don't you autocannons go kill that missile guard post, because it's being a pain in the butt. Fortunately, that heads them right into an MLRS, which is going to rip them up. So that might not have been the most well-considered plan in history. They're still going to make it, but they're going to take a significant amount of damage. Aren't they going to make it? They're almost... Oh, they didn't. Ha ha! Oh, that was... Yes, don't ignore the attack multipliers. Good grief. Alright, let me send the raids in to finish this stupid thing off. So yeah, that was unwise. We got a reprisal dumped on our head for no good reason now. There we go. Okay, let's take a look around, see what we've got here. They have a barrack still, yep. A prime, core shield generator, etc. There is another missile guard post, and a laser, and 3 MLRS, and a needler. So there's quite a bit here. I think I just want to, like, group attack the MLRS ones. Where is the missile? It's right here by the barracks. So I should at least be able to clear this out without too much problem. Let me get the ships back that we lost. All the reinforcements are in, so I think I'm just going to take out this MLRS. And after that, I'm going to want to pop the barracks. We're getting hit by that missile guard post. Okay, let's get this done quickly. Yeah, let's get out. And without the numbers that we had last time, I expect this to be fairly painful, but we still should be able to eventually take it down. Actually, not too terrible. Didn't lose much there as I thought. Okay, we need to get those last 2 guard posts down, and I think at this point, autocannons plus raid starships is the way to go there. And here we'll just pop in on one of their larger reprisal waves in Iona. Here it comes. Of course, we've got the usual deal with the spiders and our ion cannon doing work. Okay, got 900k energy achievement, and the armored ship, that's the second of the advanced research stations. The first one gave us the MLRS. And these are flagships. Were flagships. So we got a bunch of frigates here now. But they're stopping to work on our turrets. They're doing just fine, knocking out some of our tractors. And then all of a sudden they decide to turn around and flee. So once again, there'll be a mess to clean up, but it's another successful defense. So all our defenses are up in Callisto. The fleet's heading back to Lachesis. Need to gather them up there, slowly work our way around, and eventually we're going to get back to Hoth, to Vanth, and then hit Melpomene here. Somewhat over 5 hours in, and we're getting close, very close, to being ready to hit Slan. And this seems to me to be a good point to talk about future games in the series. It looks like we're going to win this one. If we don't, we're certainly got the economy in place to do it. The only reason we wouldn't is if we have particularly trouble with the homeworlds, or if the Avenger gets us, or whatever. But moving forward, every game I am competitive in or win, I'm going to add a small amount to the difficulty. Not nearly as big of a jump as this one was, but I'm going to add a small amount, and clearly I should be playing at a higher difficulty yet. And I'm also going to add in one of the expansion packs. So the next time we start a new game, it'll be with the first one, the Zenith Remnant, and then move on from there. So each game will focus on the new expansion material, and I will also be adding in, the new optional AI plots or whatever that come with it. So there'll be a lot of new stuff there. But for now, Slan is going to be hit soon. Melpomene will be in the next episode. Until then, thanks for watching. More AI War coming your way soon.